come with a real, he hip in the front seat, get my meals, I'm gunning for the money in the bank, come with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah, I'm okay.
What up and welcome to Whatever Waits Live on WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spimo Rax, young Chris,
Hi.
Nicholas Kohloff, aka Trey Mario. Smash that like button.
Let's go.
Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. I had like a burp, but it won't come out.
Dude, like, you never made yourself burp before?
No, don't know how to do that.
Really?
No.
Just like breathe in and then like swallow. Pause.
Breathe in, breathe out. Big show for you guys. Lots of Detroit Lions, but as you know, we start these shows with straight. Actually, sometimes it depends if it's breaking news. We'll start with something hot, but we got the BS for you too. All
yes.
Right. Did you watch Cameron on CNN?
I did, bro.
You did?
Yeah, and did you see what he did after that for the...
Oh, was that real? That was for early, like after?
When he brought the girl into the studio?
Yeah.
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 Dude, Cameron's a legend.
Yeah. Chris, can you play the video?
Yeah, this is incredible.
Treated his artists.
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower.
So this was, there's a whole interview, and basically CNN, the lady from CNN was trying to like, not really bait him. I mean, he should have known he was going to be asked questions about P. Diddy. That was like, I'm assuming the basis of why they even had him on.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know him like that. Why does she keep asking me about fucking P. Diddy? Like, I just said I don't fucking know again.
Yeah.
And then he goes and talks about, that's his brand.
That is his brand.
Brilliant. Because I didn't know that was a brand. I didn't know it was a thing. And then he did that today. It's going viral because it's absolutely nuts. It's crazy. At least a crazy thing to see on the
I got some cheeks to go to tonight.
Yeah. That was so brilliant by him.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant marketing.
And then he had old girl twerking on top of the desk in their studio. He was throwing money the next day. That's just legendary, dude. Cameron's the GOAT for that.
Yeah, bro. I love this shit, man.
What'd you say?
I love it, man. Like he's a legend. He's entertaining, and like this is what he does. This is what he does well. Like he is one of the very few people. You know, a lot of athletes and artists jump into the entertainment space, and you know they rely on their name and their reputation. But Cameron is one that's doing what Joe Budden did and taking their legacy, which is already legendary, and then furthering it. So I enjoy it, man. It's a show I genuinely enjoy watching.
You'll be all right. You tough, right?
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Cameron. Somebody else actually, shout out to my guy Derek over at work today. He showed me a video of Cameron on CNN talking to, who's the guy with the gray hair? They all have gray hair. No. The young looking one, though?
I was just going to guess Anderson Cooper.
Yes, that is it.
Really?
Yeah. he asked him, like, so if your neighbor was a serial killer, you wouldn't tell anyone? He was like, nah, I'd probably move, but I ain't snitching. I was like, that's the guy I seen him brilliantly. Who, well, by the way, I'm not mistaken. Isn't Anderson Cooper part of CNN as well?
Yeah.
So you've had that experience with him before. You had him back on, and you thought he was going to snitch on Diddy. And
yeah, no.
What did you think was going to happen? He literally told you he wouldn't snitch on a serial killer.
Yeah. Hey,
Anyway.
dude, Cameron's goated for sure.
He is goated. I have this question because I've seen, well, I don't know, because at work they play this radio, and at first I thought this was fake, but they talked about it on the radio station today. Joe Burrow. Can you throw this picture up?
I'm pretty sure this is fake.
Because I know our guy, shout out Al.
Yeah.
Al tagged like a training camp video after the fact after I posted this video or picture of Joe Burrow.
With the prime Anakin flow.
Hey, killing it. He actually does look like Anakin.
That's the prime Anakin. That's what, that's prime Anakin Skywalker haircut right there.
Is that a mullet or no?
Obviously, it's a
semi-mullet.
It's a semi-mullet. Yeah, it's definitely a workaround of the mullet. But yeah, dude, Anakin Skywalker's the GOAT. Everybody knows that. He's the chosen one. He brought balance to both sides of the Force. So
I haven't
good haircut.
The series.
Extremely disappointing. But it's a good haircut to model off of. And he looks good. He's rocking it.
Once I found out he was trying to bang his sister, I was like, this is getting crazy.
He's not banging. He doesn't want to bang his sister.
He definitely is trying to bang his sister before he knows his sister.
Anakin? Oh, Luke?
Oh, Luke.
Oh, are you gaslighting?
He doesn't know it's his sister.
He was trying to do it now.
If there's a hot princess coming on to you, you're going to want to bang her too. Just so happens that she's his sister. He doesn't know. Neither of them know that. That's the whole thing. Luke, I am your father. No! Like that.
Have you guys ever seen that?
That's impossible.
Have you ever seen that one video?
Luke's also a pussy.
It went
Anakin's-
viral, and it was like this guy calling this person that was dressed in like a green like costume, like a gecko costume almost, and he's like supposed to be a therapist, and he's just listening to people, right? And so this one guy calls and he says, "I've been dating this girl for 6 months, and I found out we're cousins." He's like, kind of want to break up with her, but like it's going good. Like he's like, "What do we do?"
You're the one that said you'd bang your cousin. So
You said you'd bang your cousin too.
I said I'd bang a cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. I wouldn't. That's very.
Over my cousin? Yes, any day of the week.
Well, clearly cousins bang all the time.
I mean,
But if you're banging a cousin,
Don't
that
use,
is different.
Don't use that story as justification.
It's not justification. People bang cousins.
I brought that out to say that's
Kissing
weird,
cousins.
right?
people
And then
bang
you're just
cousins
like,
all
"See?"
the time. Cousins need love.
but those people go to jail.
People who bang their cousins, that's illegal.
You go to jail for banging a cousin.
Says who?
More likely than you are to go to jail for banging your cousin.
I don't think so.
And-
There's,
and
there's
I'm not
different.
even-
There's different levels of a cousin. There's only one level of your cousin. It's either your cousin or it ain't.
Yeah, but we
Everybody's
we
a
meant by
cousin in their own right. Like I'm kind of
Absolutely.
a cousin.
Yeah, I mean, there's a spectrum of cousins.
Yes.
But still,
There's no spectrum of your cousin. It's
but-
just your cousin.
you knew what type of cousin we were talking about when you made that commitment.
Yeah, I know.
It's gross. It's weird. But we'll move on because it makes me think of you differently. Makes my stomach quease a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. What Lucas Raymond do?
Lucas Raymond just keeps scoring. He just keeps scoring goals for the Swedish national team. He had another one today. Like, the kid is just elite. He is going to be a superstar in the NHL. It's awesome to see him going out there and balling like this for the Swedish team, man. I love to see it.
I thought there was a video playing. I was looking because I heard the shout. Lucas
We still
Raymond
got the
sound.
Lucas Raymond drop in here, and you got to shout him out. Like Spenny said, we hit on it a little bit yesterday, but to see what he's doing for the Swedish national team it's crazy, and this just he keeps hiring my expectations for next season. Like, I cannot wait. That's where I'm at with Lucas Raymond. Sky's the limit for this kid.
Smash the like button if you guys haven't already.
Smash.
I get it's a little bit too early for the cousin talk. Let's blame Chris. All right, he's the one that talked about the phone call with the cousins.
Yeah.
Moving on.
That was correlated, but okay.
Did you see The Rock? No, we're talking about brothers and sisters.
Yes,
bro.
I sent this in the chat today.
Okay. Well, I have to
Yeah.
introduce it somehow, Spinny. Jesus.
Sorry.
Fuck, you do it then.
Did you see The Rock?
Yeah, you sent it in the group chat.
All right, guys, I'll introduce it. Look at this.
Rock's doing what face? Dwayne, that doesn't even look like it. Dwayne The Rock
Zoom in
Johnson's
on
doing
it.
what face?
Zoom in on it.
All right.
I gotta be
Is
honest.
he playing Rocky Marciano?
No, he's playing Mark Kerr, a famous. I can't say too
Oh,
famous.
that is so big.
Oh, was that a joke?
Rocky.
Nice.
Rock.
Good one.
And honestly, that's the only like white boxer.
He's a UFC. Yeah, go ahead and
Look at
scroll
this
down a
guy.
little bit.
Oh, he's a UFC fighter?
Yeah. Bro, how crazy is that?
That's insane. Straight opposite of Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
That's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That is
right
Dwayne
there.
The Rock
That's
Johnson.
impressive, honestly.
It is.
Like, that doesn't
Wow
look
face.
anything like him.
Actually, let me get Chris a picture of the actual guy he's playing.
I think you can kind of
The
see
Rock?
the outline of the mask, can't you?
Not really, no.
Can't you on the
Where?
side, like right, like an inch or two from his sideburn? Kind of looks like there's like
That's a shadow. It looks like to me.
maybe.
I mean, he.
Either way, job well done.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm gonna send you a picture of like the original guy too. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know the Mark Kerr story. I know he fought in the UFC well before it became like the UFC as big as it is now. But I guess I'm gonna have to go watch it now because this thing's gaining traction like crazy.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive.
I don't. Do you think they had to go that far? Would you have been cool with his Rock just playing the guy? Because no one really knows what this guy
I
looks
don't
like.
give a shit. I think it looks cool.
That's what I was wondering too. The other thing too is like
I should get a white guy to play him.
Yeah.
I don't really, they're taking our jobs. Like, I don't give a shit. The Rock's a shitty actor either way, but like,
I know the guys at work, because a lot of guys at work, they're big wrestling fans. I've been watching a lot of like old school wrestling stuff because of those guys too. But they're like, yeah, I'm happy he finally has a serious role. In my head, I'm like, do they think he's a good actor? Or like, do I?
yeah, no, he's
Do I just
not.
not say anything
the
right
Rock,
now?
The Rock is a terrible actor, but I mean, hopefully he does good.
It's
in
the
this.
scripts that's been holding him back.
Yeah, I guess to some
The
people.
scripts have been walk tall or walk hard. What's it called? Walk tall.
Well, yeah, isn't it
You know what?
Walking Tall?
You
or
want-
That's a great movie.
His best movie,
That's his best movie.
Game Plan?
Gridiron Gang.
Gridiron Gang is a great movie
Gridiron
too.
Gang.
Yeah,
All right, Chris, I sent the side by side.
Yep,
those are his
I
only
got you.
two good movies.
It's not really the side by side with like who
The rest of the movies,
portraying.
he's just playing the Rock. Like,
I know.
I'm the badass that saves everybody. Like,
What's the one with
that
Wahlberg? Is that Gridiron Grain?
No, that's like some.
My
working
buddy
out.
used to watch that shit on repeat. I cannot think
Was
of
it
it
good?
right now.
I heard that one's allegedly a true
Wahlberg?
story.
I don't. It was a while back when I watched
Gangs
it. It
or
was.
something like
Yeah, I gotta look it up real
See, but he
quick.
kinda-
it's not
can't-
even white.
that. That's what I'm saying. But to be fair, he's not that.
Those are not the nipples of a white man.
Those are not the nipples of white man. That's a great observation.
Like,
I'm glad your nipples the first thing.
I mean,
For confirmation, I guess that
for
makes sense.
confirmation, yeah, you peep the nipples. That dude is ripped. Holy shit.
Oh, everyone was juicing back
Yeah,
then. The
bring
Rock is ripped.
legalize steroids again, man.
I guess
Bring back anabolic steroids.
the only reason I asked is like, did you have to go that far when Mark Wahlberg played Vince Papale, and then you look up Vince Papale and look nothing alike? Do you remember that Invincible? I think it was the movie was called.
Oh yeah,
The guy
yeah.
tried for the Eagles. I mean, these guys look nothing alike. And Vince Papale was like 6 foot something. I'm gonna look it up right now. Actually, Papale.
The movie was Pain and Gain, and it was so ridiculous.
Pain and Gain?
It was actually entertaining. They like had they captured like a billionaire or something that screwed him over, like hold him for ransom. A bunch of shit happens. It's so ridiculous. It is entertaining.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg is 5'8". Vince Papale was 6'2". Like, and that was a good movie, by the way. So they could pull that off. I don't think Rock had to go full whiteface for that one.
ETN
That's all I'm
says, "I
saying.
wonder why Spenny knows different kinds of nipples."
He gets around.
Yeah,
And that's a bad.
I've seen a lot of different races nipples in my life.
All right. This is
Just saying.
getting weird already.
Does that mean I'm pretty sure you have too?
Yeah. But I didn't like. It's not. I can't like pull it up like a database. Like.
Well, I
Indian.
mean, I look at white nipples every day, and I know those are what white nipples look like. Yeah.
He's like, combs the hair again.
Oh, I love
To
it
get-
and
put
I
your
hate
shirt
it
on.
at the same time. The songs been stuck in my head all day.
Colt Keith, unlucky he's playing the MLB. Is this about the Grand Slam?
No, that was
Oh, that's Canada.
not Colt Keith. That was Carpenter. He missed the grand slam by like a foot. But Colt Keith is statistically the most unlucky hitter in the MLB. His projected slugging percentage and his actual slugging percentage have the highest gap in the MLB. And so he's hitting everything hard and barreling everything up, but he's just hitting it directly at people. He's hitting it right on a line, right on to a player. And so I feel bad for the kid, but like you can't say anything to him. You can't be like, all right, we need to tweak your swing here because it's working. Like he's making contact. He's making hard contact. He's just getting outs. Last night, we saw him get a little lucky. He had a double down the first baseline that took a crazy hop off the first base, and he got to make a double out of it. He had a couple singles in that game as well. He reached base 3 times. It was a good outing for Colt Keith, but hopefully, if he just keeps at it, keeps doing what he's doing, that batting average and that OPS are going to skyrocket pretty soon because, like, literally he's the unluckiest batter in the MLB right now, statistically.
That's why the projected stats, the WAR, all the advanced like hypothetical.
Well, no,
shit.
that is
It's
different.
bullshit.
That is different.
Why?
Because projected slugging is based on barrel rate, exit velocity of swings, how often you're hitting the ball. Like, it's how hard he's hitting the ball and where it's going. It just happens to be going right at guys.
Projected though.
No,
What
his
expected.
at-bats are like how hard he hits the ball.
Yeah.
How much he's barreling it
Okay.
and shit like that is so high, but he's just hitting it right at guys, so he's not getting hits.
But you
He's
said
hitting
his projected,
super hard outs.
his projected versus his actual.
Yes.
So projected still is a projection.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's not like WAR or anything like that. It's like literally based on how hard he's hitting the ball.
But still projection, like what it should be based off.
It's like a second baseman Eazy making like a crazy diving play on a hard hit ball that would typically be a hit.
Yes.
They typically do not make that play, but shout out to you on the bases loaded thing. I wanted to see him get up while being 3 for 3 so bad, and
Yeah.
Torque grounds out with the bases loaded when we're trying to make that comeback. That was just disastrous. That was a horrible game for the Tigers, honestly.
Yeah.
We showed a little life trying to fight back, but of course, bases loaded. Torque doesn't get the job done, and then Colt doesn't get the opportunity with the bases loaded while he has been red hot. I honestly think he would have delivered compared to leading off the next inning.
Yes. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, that was a tough out for Torque. I feel like he grounds out or has a infield pop out every time he goes up with men in scoring position.
For real.
It's tough.
How sick?
That one was ugly.
How sick the Avalanche no longer in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, eat shit mile high.
Let's go.
Eat shit mile high. Piece of shit. Pussy ass bitch. All right, moving on.
Edmonton still in it. Let's go.
Yep.
That's what I
McDavid
want.
season.
Edmonton advanced. Yeah, it'd be nice to see Edmonton winning, but they're not going to beat Dallas.
What's when they start? Last night?
No, I think they start
Tomorrow or tonight?
Tomorrow or
probably tomorrow,
Thursday.
maybe Thursday. But yeah, they're not going to beat Dallas. Dallas is good, man.
I'm taking Edmonton.
They got Dallas as a wagon. Florida, New York is going to be the best series of the playoffs, though. So everybody should tune into that. That's going to be a fucking amazing series.
For sure. Is anybody hyped for Pacers Celtics?
No.
For the same.
Timberwolves Dallas is what everybody wants.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for too. Also, like this light skin on light skin crime. Indiana's there just like I'm by accident.
Light skin on light skin.
I never saw an NBA matchup sold as like that. The face of both teams were
The
Light
beige
skin.
battle.
Drakes. Yeah, the beige battle. The
Beige
battle of the
battle.
beige.
Yeah, that's fair.
But moving on. Where do you work out at?
I work out at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone, where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their entire body in just 30 minutes. You get a full body workout in 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit. All memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $10 a month. No matter where you're at, there's Planet Fitness close by. More than 15 Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, home of the Planet Fitness Studios. Let me tell you a little personal story about myself with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness helped me change my life, and it can do the same for you. The best gym in the gym game. The clean facilities, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights as well. And look, through all the price increases, inflation, all that, hasn't happened at Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, $10 per month, $24.99 a month for the Black Card as well. It's Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Are you tired of the same old Detroit sports? It's the new era in sports wearables. Amazing appeal, the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com. Clicking the shot tab today. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. So head on over to woodwardsports.com, click that shot tab today, and get yourself some brand new
Merch.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Sports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spimo Rex, Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff,
Let's go.
a.k.a. Detroit Mario. Real quick question, Spinny. Did you guys talk about the sauce and stuff?
No,
Other
we
than,
didn't.
Okay. So, if you guys didn't know, which I'm pretty sure everyone's read the news or seen the news, I know not everybody's quite familiar, but Detroit Lions lost Brandon Sosna. I believe he's a player administration, and he's now the senior vice president to whoever the guy is over there in the Commanders.
Washington, yeah.
People wondering what we lost here. Essentially, he was a contract guy. He helped Mike Disner in the back end of the contracts. However, it was to a degree where he earned multiple shout-outs from Brad Holmes. If you guys remember back to the owners' meeting, he gave Sosna the credit for helping bring in a lot of these free agents. And he talked about the way he was just proactive in getting tiering these free agents out. The guys are looking to acquire. We've never really done our work in free agency. We've just now kind of started re-signing our own guys. I'm not in no means trying to discredit Sauce. I'm not at all. Actually, I'm sure he's phenomenal at what he did, but he didn't contribute to like the way we've been built. That makes sense.
Yes.
So I just don't see it as a detrimental loss, but I wanted to report it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, I mean, that's a good move for the Commanders to grab this guy. He's been a guy who's been in a very, very improved and successful front office, so that's definitely a good grab to get. But as long as Mike Disner and Brad Holmes are still in that front office, I'm not worried about losing this guy. I mean, I'm sure he definitely played a big part and played a role in what he did, and he did it at a great great, and I'm happy for him and his family to get this promotion, but it's nothing that I'm freaking out about because Mike Disner, Brad Holmes, Rod Wood, all these guys in pertinent positions are still in place for the Lions, and that's really who takes care of business.
There's actually another guy we lost to the Commanders, Lance Newmark, who had more to do with like acquiring these players. Like the people that I'm worried about us losing is anyone in the player personnel department.
Yes.
Like that, those are the guys like Rob Lohman. I just mentioned like Newmark. Some of the scouts, obviously, we're not familiar with all their names, but that's when I would, I guess, get a little bit upset. Disner a little bit too, just because I know, yeah, obviously Sosna helped him cook up the books, but we haven't really been active on the books to like appreciate or miss that. Disner, I feel like he's bridged the gap. We remember the Calvin Johnson stuff like that. Disner was a big piece of that. I'm sure he helps with the books just all around in terms of like getting the field fixed with a new turf and stuff like that. Like those guys, I'd be a little more concerned about. However, congratulations to this guy. I know he was highly touted coming out of USC. He used to play like defensive back. He's like the 30 for 30 list, or Forbes 30 under 30 list. But is it disrespectful to say though, like Forbes is a 30 for 30 list every year? So maybe like you could find another.
No, it's not disrespectful to say at all. And when you have a front office that's working at such a high level like the Detroit Lions, this is what's going to happen. People are going to get poached out of it. That's the cost of doing business and doing business at a high level. Like you're going to lose guys that you wouldn't like to in most aspects. Like when you look at the Lions front office with Quinn Trisha, we weren't losing any guys because nobody fucking wanted those bums. Now we've got a front office that's functioning like a well-oiled machine, and these guys are going to get poached by other teams. So I'm not worried too much about losing him. I definitely think he had a great role and he did some things well, but we got Brad Holmes to mentor these guys. You got Brad Holmes to find talent. You got Brad Holmes to find guys to fit his scheme. I trust his judgment in bringing guys along that'll replace him.
That's where I'm at with it. I guess I wanted to speak on to like de-escalate anyone that was like freaking out about it. But maybe we still miss him though. Obviously, Brad Holmes speaking on Brad Holmes to give you a shout out. You're doing something.
Yes.
So I'm not completely dismissing what he did, but I think we'll be highly affected by it.
Yeah. Again, it's definitely like, would I rather him stay? Yes, I would rather him stay. I would rather have him, but it's like I said, it's the cost of doing business. That's what's going to happen. You're going to lose talent when you're a talented organization. And unfortunately we did, but I'm not freaking out about it because I know the places and the pillars we have in place in that front office is going to keep it afloat.
I screen recorded Brad Holmes speaking on him at the ownership meeting. I didn't happen to edit it though, so I'll just read the quote from our guy Justin Rogers. It says,
shout out Justin Rogers.
This is from a quote written by Justin Rogers, but it's from Brad Holmes. It says, it really is. We start during the season in terms of planning our process for free agency, but me and Sauce now, we work side by side, man, with the communication of players that we're looking to acquire at all levels, starter level and backup level guys. We talk about there's a plan A, there's a plan B, a plan C. It's just consistent communication. That's the great thing about Brandon. He's about as elite of a communicator as I've been around, and he's a grinder. He's a grinder just like I am, and like a lot of guys in this building. It's just that communication, collaboration year-round, where it's at a point Brandon almost pretty much has a very good feel for what we're already thinking. He's very proactive in that sense. That's pretty much how it works. That's how me and Sasna communicate, and then he kind of closes the deals. So there's that. But again, we've never been a team built off of free agency. We're built off the draft. Nick, you look like you want to say something?
I mean, I'm assuming when the Commanders heard that, they probably hopped all over this guy. Yeah. Pause there. But yeah, I mean, to your guys' point, you guys think about our coaches getting interviews across the league. People try to recreate what the best teams are doing, and this is an obvious example of that from the Commanders poaching a guy that's spending this much time with Brad Holmes. It'd be smart to do something like this, and the Commanders obviously hopped on it.
Chris, did you have any comments on Brandon Sosna departure?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. The fact that he is a guy that was dealing with a lot of contracts in free agency, and that's something that the Lions haven't really gone through. So I think that it's important. What Spencer says, right? A good organization will always lose talent. Will always lose front office members. It's one of those things you got to trust. You got to trust that these guys that are at the top, as long as they are still there, that not only do they have a good sense for what needs to be done executively, but who and how to diminish and split up tasks. So I trust that Brad Holmes, I trust that Dan Campbell, I trust that these guys can find the people. We've saw Dan Campbell do a lot of shuffling around with the coaching staff. And there was times when we questioned some of them, when we questioned some of those shakeups that he made. But you know what? Looking back at everything so far, you can't really complain too much about those decisions. I give Brad Holmes that same amount of trust. I think he's earned that equity within us. So, it's one of those things. I don't think it will play a big factor. And if it does, I expect Brad Holmes to fix that.
Yeah, the pieces that I would freak out if we begin to lose, in which we've already lost one, which I don't know why it's not a bigger story, was the Lance Newmark. He's a guy that was a leader in the player personnel department. And as we mentioned previously, why you shouldn't freak out so much about the Sauce's departure is that we're kind of built off the draft. You look at the 2021 class, which we're going to look back on at some point in this show, and maybe do kind of hinted towards it yesterday, a little bit of a redraft, just to see where we stack up. But that was truly the foundation of this team. And then as you saw, year by year, you keep layering these players each draft class. It's the player personnel, the player development, the player acquisition, in terms of just drafting these young guys and just getting them go along to where you see them as, what you project them to be. Those are the guys I'm going to start freaking out about. I will do a little bit more homework on Lance Newmark. We're trying to get a tab up right now. I got to sign to my Detroit News, but that is the guy. That is departure who's already left, by the way, vice president or vice GM to Adam, whoever their new GM is. He's already gone.
Of the Durs.
That's the one guy that I'm freaking out about. Not so much Sauce.
I'm not freaking out about anybody. I'm not worried about it. Brad Holmes is going to have his ship sailing at full steam, and he is going to be able to replace guys in that front office. I'm not worried about it at all.
Yeah, I guess the other part of it too
happens
is
every year for that. I know this is kind of uncharted territory for Detroit Lions fans. Our guys getting poached, our guys wanting commodities at such a high level from other teams, but that's what good teams go through every single year in the NFL. Players from the 49ers front office get poached. Or guys from the 49ers front office get poached. Guys from the Ravens front office get poached. Guys from the Patriots front office during their dynasty were getting poached every year. Good players, good GMs, good front office members from good teams get taken. It's what happens. So I'm not worried about it.
I completely lost what I was going to say.
Well, tell us about Feldman, Nick.
If you want to buy a car,
clap your hands.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With over 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out PremierPetSupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
If you are waking up and it is not with Wake Up Woodward, you are doing it wrong. Every single morning, join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG every morning as they cover all of Detroit sports. Sports talk, banter, and live fan interaction, all on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
What up, there? Welcome back to Whatever Waits. Make sure you guys smash that like button. It means the world to us. Helps get us out there to people who haven't discovered us. As you know, we are on during drive time, so we don't get the viewership a lot of everybody else does. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. I'm Eazy. Spin more Rax. Chris, Nicholas Kohloff.
Let's go.
The point I wanted to make was that, and before we move on, obviously, but Brad Holmes, he's a guy, I mean, you guys, I'm sure if you haven't heard the story already, he used to work at a rent-a-car.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Holmes wasn't a former player moving into a front office. He wasn't like a GM son or like a Kyle Shanahan. Like none of those situations. Worked at Rent-A-Center.
Yes.
Started as I'm pretty sure, a social media intern. So he's kind of worked his way through every level of the process to become a general manager in the NFL. So I have a good feeling that he knows, I guess, what's needed at each step, or at least has familiarized himself with it, because he's always been looking towards leveling up each process through. So I think he's going to have a good eye for what's needed at each one of those levels, and I guess just want to restore comfort in Detroit Lions fans in that.
Yeah.
But moving on, more Detroit Lions talk. Spinny, I want to do something fun.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to remember today's date. Was it the 21st?
Yes.
And maybe we can go and look back on this, maybe even after the season. But I kind of want to try our best to predict OTA headlines. Like, what will be the storylines coming out of this year's OTAs? Last year,
I say Brown has a huge.
Oh.
Congratulations, you just got
Big
Amon-Ra
money,
St. Clown.
No,
you know what? Let me hit that.
I'm referring to things like Brian Branch, rookie standout at OTAs, stuff like that. Are there any headline predictions you'd be willing to make based off this year's draft class, or just guys you expect to take a step forward?
Yeah. Jamison Williams lights up OTAs.
It's kind of long.
J-Mo, Waymo targets.
Hey, that's gas.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think you're going to see.
Clip it.
I think you're going to see him getting a lot of work in OTAs with Goff. Obviously, with that first unit, I think they're going to be connecting down the field. He's going to be running a lot of different routes. He's going to be. I think he's going to be out there shining in OTAs.
Nick, you got any? We have to think of sweet headlines now because Speed's knocked it out of the fucking park.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the headline.
Hey, I mean, I literally have a degree in journalism, guys. Like,
that's gas. I got one. And you're red.
Yeah.
It helps too, I'm sure.
I'll try to think of a way to reel these together for the headline.
Ennis is raking.
Oh.
Because, listen, all right, you got Brian Branch. We saw him in the scooter. All our hearts dropped a little bit. We obviously know that Brian Branch is expected that he's moving from that nickel spot into more of a full-time safety spot. I expect Ennis Rakestraw to compete for that. I know that's been what he's been playing in rookie camp. That's just rookie camp, though. Obviously, not everybody else there. But I can see Ennis stepping into that slot role and maybe surprising some people. I mean, you look disapproving, and you're thinking.
No, I'm trying to think of one.
Oh, some sick ass.
Yeah.
Oh, for the Ennis one.
Yeah.
Ennis
for a different one.
Okay,
I got one here.
I like it.
I hope it's not.
Ennis is raking.
Yeah, I wish we would have talked about these before, but all right, here we go.
Yeah, it's called a prep sheet, Nick. You just look at it. You just look at it.
Your guys'. I don't want to steal yours.
I'm
all
messing
right?
with you.
We haven't thought of any.
Let's rock.
Yeah, we haven't.
You guys ready?
Yeah. I had the heads up too.
All right, you guys ready?
Sorry.
All right. Campbell is clamping. I think Jack Campbell, the speed around his second-year development, he's going to be clamping people when it comes to the pass game. Guys like a Laporta, guys like a Brock Wright, you're going to see his recognition really taking a second step in his second season. Campbell with the clamps.
Ooh, I got one.
Yeah.
Gibbs is grooving.
Second
year, Jahmyr Gibbs. I expect him to be a little bit more involved in the passing game, at least in my opinion. Obviously, he knocked the running part of it out the park, like you did your headline there. I think Jahmyr Gibbs, at least for me, I have a little bit of expectation for him to. Again, last year, the hype about him being the pick number 12, when Brad Holmes gone all these podcasts with Peter Schrager or just like Good Morning Football, Gibbs is a weapon. Mm-hmm. He's not a running back. He's a weapon. I fully expect them to still try to utilize him in that way. I fully expect him to have a year or two under this complicated offense. Gibbs is grooving. He's going to find the groove and be catching the ball, doing a lot more involved in this offense.
I like it.
I got one. Lockdown Davis. I think Carlton Davis goes out there.
You and Nick's messing all over.
Lockdown Davis. I think Carlton Davis goes out there and he shows why Brad Holmes had faith in him, why Brad Holmes gave up what he did to acquire him to be their cornerback one, to be that guy on the outside who could play in man and put some people in bread boxes.
I like that.
I like that one. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Terrion's tone.
Ooh.
Terrion's tone when it comes to his physicality and his voice specifically, being a leader already as a rookie. He's not scared to tell you how he feels, and we all know that dude is confident. So Terrion's tone is going to be a big key coming out of this.
I got another
OTA.
one.
Okay.
Branching together.
Ooh, he's hurt.
I think they used Brian Branch and his leadership abilities, taking forward with these younger guys, these Alabama guys around the team, especially guys like Terrion Arnold, guys like Jamison Williams, who's, older than him, but technically younger than him. You look at these guys, I think Brian Branch takes a big step as a leader going forward.
Okay, I got two. You want to go defense? You want to go scoring? Where do you want to go?
Scoring.
Scoring? All right. That's the one I'm not most proud of, but
to go with the fire one.
Run, Raymond, run. New kickoff rule.
All right.
All right. Khalif Raymond, former All-Pro returner, he's already got some, his resume as a return man is pretty good. I'm expecting him to just kind of show out in this new kickoff platform or platform.
I got one.
What's that word I was looking for? Rules.
This new kickoff.
Rules. Run, Raymond, run. Khalif Raymond, tearing it up.
Manu the Monster.
Ooh.
What is the one thing that shows most before the pads are on in OTAs?
His dick.
That big old dick print. The sheer size, athleticism. I think this guy is going to turn some heads. We all know that media in every city, not just Detroit, loves to latch on to guys in camp who are like fringe starters, fringe maybe even making the team. I think Manu's going to make the team, but I don't think he's going to have an impact. But I think he could be a guy that people fall in love with at camp because of his size and athleticism.
Okay. You want my defensive one? Wingo Watch. And I'm just thinking, I'm claiming this one right now. I think we kind of all have, but I'm telling you, this is a guy you just want to watch for. If you're not there in camp, at least when you're reading these articles, whether it be Broder, whether it be Dave Burkett, whether it be Justin Rogers, whoever's putting it out there, keep an eye on what you read about Wingo, Mekhi Wingo. I think he's going to be a dog. We heard it yesterday, or you told me yesterday, he's playing a little bit outside edge just as well as the inside, or it sounds like he's playing just edge. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is a guy, again, I think he had a 1.52 10-yard split, which is, if he's playing the interior, is in the 10th percentile, meaning he's better than 90% of everyone who's run that 10-yard split. Guys who test well in the 10-yard split typically get off the ball really well and play really well in the NFL in terms of getting the quarterback. Wingo Watch.
Here, I got one. Not like us.
They're
I
not
think
like
they're going to
us.
talk about a lot of these big-name receivers, a lot of these guys holding out of OTAs, holding out of camps because they haven't get paid, but the Lions locked up their guy, all three of their guys. They're all steam forward, ready to go.
What do you got, Chris? You got anything cooked up over there?
Hendon Hooks Goff. His helmet. No. No, man. I can't really think of one. I'm trying to think of a clever one for Broderick Martin because
Bod.
Oh, you're the rap guy.
Yeah.
Well, he's so mad.
To be honest, I wasn't
all right.
I wasn't even expecting to get anything off but the Goff hate. That's all I was expecting.
Fine. That's fine. Hey,
we already went
Just a
through.
fan says Bagley bruises butt.
Yeah, I told everyone to put the best ones they had in the chat. So if you guys see one, throw it out there.
Here's one. Bates battles Bagley.
Oh,
Bates beats Bagley.
Kicker controversy in camp. Bring Jake Bates to camp. Let him go after it.
Ooh, Richard Baldwin, Manu the Mauler.
Manu the Mauler.
I like that one.
I like Manu the Monster.
ETN, what we doing here, bud? What we doing here? Decker, exciting people's peckers. Yeah, all right, I'll let you. Hey, you're playing along. I appreciate it. How about you speak on Brod the Bod? I like that one, Nick.
I think we already saw the body transformation, but I don't think anybody's like written about it yet and seen it live in action. So I think that's when you get the headlines that people love to talk about. Best shape of your life, especially here in Detroit. We heard it coming out of spring training all of the time. You're going to hear it from Broderick and how he's lost the weight. You see him moving a lot faster. That's what I expect with the Brod the Bod. My bad to go in there, Chris. That was
Here I got one.
it sounded a little.
Aleem the Lean. It's another type of body transformation. He's coming back from his injury. He's ready to go. He's ready to go out there and prove that he is that guy. I got another one. Houston, we don't have a problem because James Houston is going to be ready to go for camp. He is going to be 100% healthy. He's going to be out there making moves, making plays, and looking good.
That's my favorite one.
I'm stealing this one. I'm not stealing it, but actually I'm just reading it from the chat. ETN, he recovered from Decker's pecker, and he jumped into going off Goff, or Goff going off.
Goff going off.
Which I think is a little bit of an expectation for him by this point in this offense. I guess so. But listen, I've already said it, right? When I opened up the Speakeasy Sportsbook, the lines for JG moved in terms of the MVP conversation. I don't think he's going to be MVP. However, I moved out of that top 5 conversation because I can see him touching that. He is, if I'm not mistaken, partnered with or paired with, I think, the longest tenured coordinator, or at least one of the longest tenured coordinators in Ben Johnson. And obviously Ben Johnson's cooking. The more he has that offense, and this is so great for us. When Dan Campbell, we lost against the 49ers, what do you say, that the camaraderie or just whatever it is, whatever C word I'm looking for. No, it's not cuck. But regardless, he has that. This is year 3 of that situation, of a book that he tailored for Jared Goff specifically. I think we're going to see him in his bag this year. I think we're going to see the most comfortable he's ever been. I think he's going to be just as good, if not better, than what he's been this past 3 years. So Goff going off.
Quarterback. I got one, and I got the picture and the headline, front page, everything. Buddies with Barry. Get a picture of Barry Sanders when he's at camp, hanging out with Jahmyr Gibbs, giving him some pointers here and there.
Hey, full cam, we'll recreate this headline real quick, the picture for it.
Buddies with Barry. Jahmyr, obviously Barry Sanders is back. He's part of the fold. He's hanging out with the Lions, doing a lot of different things. I could see him at camp chopping it up with Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, different things like that.
Arnold or Raxter getting a pick 6 on whoever the Steelers put in at the QB. Is that we face the Steelers in preseason, I'm assuming?
I think we played the Chiefs in preseason.
So we played Chiefs.
It's only one preseason game, right?
No, there's 3.
3?
Yeah.
I thought there was 2. Did
No.
they change it?
Well, there's 2 where like you actually play your guys, but the third one, it's like the dress rehearsal is now game 2. Game 3, it's like all your.
Oh yeah, we play. Oh,
I got one here, fellas. While Spenny's looking at that.
Okay.
This one relates to the coaches. The boys are back in town.
Giants, Chiefs.
Everybody's coming back for the revenge that didn't happen. We get our coordinators back. We get Dan Campbell back. You get a picture of all 3 of them. The boys are back in town. Let's roll.
Roderick bricked, says Xavier D. It's called the Golfins, says the Rona 99. Terminator Terrion, says Alex Merrill. I like all these.
Well, you see Dabbers?
No, what was Dabbers?
Rake a straw that stirs the drink.
Woo!
That's a good
High
one.
praise.
That's a good one.
Can I be honest?
Fire.
What? I guess because obviously Rake Shaw's playing that slot role right now in terms of like the rookie camp. But also, like, remember Terrion played that same spot that Brian Branch played too. I can see him getting that nickel spot and showing out in it. If Amik is a problem, bro, I'm telling you guys. This dude, I follow him on Instagram, follows me back, no big deal, like flex. But either way, every single day, this dude's grinding.
Yeah.
And the last one that I saw, I actually screenshot it. Maybe I'll send it to Chris, but he was like, "Time to prove myself again." And OTAs this week. He posted that yesterday, Monday. Time to this guy fucking stays hungry. Don't give a like. I love that, and I love that. That's what a guy as talented as Terrion, a guy as talented as Ennis Rakestraw. That's what they got to compete with.
Yeah.
A guy who's coming, bringing that mentality. They got to match it, otherwise they're gonna fall behind. I love it.
When it comes to Amik, Eazy, if he has some slip ups early and you guys follow each other on Instagram, you still gonna be
I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I think I've always have.
Just making sure.
Is there anyone? I mean, is there anyone I've had a bias towards?
What if Rakestraw buys a car off you?
Oh,
you gonna keep it a buck?
Can do no wrong.
I'm just playing around.
He doesn't blown coverage. The ref fucking didn't call something. Obviously.
Is there anyone you've had a bias towards?
Yeah, like a positive one.
Oh, a positive one.
Yeah, where I was like, I won't say anything bad about.
Not that I can really think of.
I don't think so.
No, you're definitely not afraid to call people trash.
CJ, DJ.
Or cancerous to locker room.
Yeah, okay, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Okay, let's go to break.
Definitely called them.
I'm just messing
around.
around.
Let me tell you about Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. They're professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserve technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Dispo Dispensary is the best in the business. They got the largest variety of name brand products, the best bud tenders, the best deals, the best curated atmosphere for purchasing cannabis. It's Dispo Dispensary. Visit disposhops.com. Get it delivered to your door. You must be 21 and up and participate. Dispo Dash is Dispo, your local cannabis plug. What up, though, and welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on sports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guys Rax, young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff.
Let's go.
Smash that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Adam Yunt in the World Sports Chat said Eazy would refuse to sell golf a cart. That's not true. That's not true, Casey.
You'd probably buy a very nice one.
Whatever you need me to do to purchase a car for me with all the money you just got, sir, I'll do it. All right, as we say. You know, do we say anything there? We just do it.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit, golf.
There we go. Go off. Hit me up if you guys need a car. GW the Kid says, Eazy, you were in love with CJDJ. I was in love with the acquisition of CJDJ. That is very true.
That was a great day for Spenny.
Yeah, it was. Spenny called me fresh off post-game cigarette.
Yep.
Or during his post-game cigarette. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what happened?
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean what happened? Where were you?
Yeah, I was off my phone for hour and a half.
I could tell he still had that he had some kind of buzz going. Either way, no, I think everyone was pretty excited for CJDJ. He had led the league or tied the league in interceptions a year prior. Obviously, he had committed. He was part of AG's defensive scheme going back to New Orleans. That was something we could have been proud of. Mm-hmm. However, he got here, and he kind of switched up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Getting here, because I want to be here. I want to prove that I'm mature. I could be a leader in this locker room. I could show these young kids the ropes, and maybe he did do that in training camp. But when it came to mid-season and he got to compete for his own job, and his own job was at stake, he got a little chippy. And by the way, fellow Lions players have spoken on that. I'm not gonna say who's, but they've backed up those claims.
Yes, a lot. He was not a fan favorite or a teammate favorite in the locker room. We'll just say that.
I'm sure in the cancer.
Danny G says, Spenny, no cigs. Going on 8 months now. Yeah. No cigarettes, no vape, no nothing.
Just smash that light button.
Only time I get tobacco is if I rip a stogie or smoke a backwood or a blunt.
Shout out. All right, moving on. Actually, not really moving on because this is kind of, it ties into each other. So I'm gonna skip topics real quick. I want to talk about the OTA position battles heating up because that guy Mike Payton wrote a piece on what he projects to be the biggest camps. It can't really be a camp battle, but OTA battles in terms of positioning. Tell me what you think of these. Number one, Donovan Peoples-Jones versus Antoine Green, wide receiver 3. Is that a prominent OTA battle you can see happening?
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. Obviously, they're very high on Antoine Green. They like what he did. He showed some flashes in preseason last year of that big playability. I think getting comfortable with Goff will be something that he has to do because Donovan Peoples-Jones obviously has that one up on him as of right now. But I think Antoine Green is in a position better than Dylan Drummond was last year based on where he was drafted. I know it was late, but he's still they used a draft pick on the guy and they want him to be a part of this. Donovan Peoples-Jones is obviously solidified already as an NFL wide receiver, has an 800-yard season under his belt, so that's something that he has going for him. But they're both good size, both very fast players, can do a lot of the same thing. And, that is something that I would look into for sure.
Yeah, I would probably give Donovan the edge in that one, but that's a battle to look forward to. I think Donovan's wide receiver 3, as you said. He has the 800-yard season beneath his belt already. You have the fact that he's part of this. I guess they both part of the offense last year, but Brad Holmes literally went out of his way to acquire this guy at the deadline. They made a trade for Donovan Peoples-Jones. Then they also re-signed him then afterward. They see something in him, and obviously Antoine Green to draft him, they see something in him too, but that's also a 7th-round pick. I wouldn't be surprised, though, either way. I think I have some expectations for both these guys. I just have higher expectations for Donovan Peoples-Jones, the Michigan guy, which I'm going to go to our resident Michigan guy, Nicholas Kohloff. Donovan Peoples-Jones versus Antoine Green. who you got, and are you excited for that one? Or there's not even a challenge for DPJ?
Yeah, I got DPJ in this one because Brad Holmes specifically sorted him out, or sought out after him and traded for this guy. And he has potential. We've seen him do it in the NFL, and I think he brings a lot of speed, blocking on the outside. And I think after a full season of workouts with Jared Goff, that you're going to see this guy really excel in that like third or fourth wide receiver position role. I mean, I don't really know what they're going to do with Khalif. That's what I'm also kind of, I think you could pair him with these three or two.
Yeah.
I know he's a different type of wide receiver, but when it comes to target share, I think you can see him being up there with these guys.
Number 2 on this list. Did you want to speak on that, Chris?
Yeah, I just think it's got to be something to pay attention to, because wide receiver 3 is a very important position. Like it's going to matter if the Lions make this Super Bowl run this year. That is something that is going to be essential. We talked about all the weapons that this offense has, but you need to pay attention to that battle, because that's something, well, you know, it might not be the sexiest matchup coming into camp, but it's one that's going to matter. It's one that's going to matter this season. I got DPJ in that situation. You know, the Rooks just got to show me, or well, now second-year player. Antoine Green's just got to show me, but I think that, you know, it's important.
This next one, which was actually the first one on the list, I was just halfway through the page. Probably the most intriguing. I told you guys I've been watching the wrestling throwbacks.
It's got to be cornerback too, right?
No, but that actually should have been in there. I mean, that's kind of an obvious
Safeties?
one. But no, that's also a good one to bring up.
Running back 3?
Yes.
Zonovan Knight.
Triple threat match, Zonovan Knight and Craig Reynolds.
Yeah.
Triple threat match in that one. I feel like, obviously, they gave up a lot. Not a lot, but in terms of like that late in the draft, they moved up to grab our guy Sione Vaki.
Yeah.
Jesus, gotta learn that one soon.
Yeah.
Sione Vaki. They obviously moved up to acquire him. Craig Reynolds has been a staple in this locker room for a very long time. We saw it in Hard Knocks that the offensive line, I think it was Dan Campbell or one of those guys made a point where it's like, yo, we might be in trouble if we don't keep Craig on this team because the offensive line loves him. And obviously, Zonovan Knight, we had high expectations for. You saw him do what he did with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
He unfortunately got injured on a kick return play with us last year. We didn't get to see that blossom anything more. Who wins that triple threat match?
I think it's really a head-to-head between Zonovan Knight and Craig Reynolds, because I think Vaki's going to have a spot on this team regardless, based on what he can do all around. Being a guy that's going to be a special teams demon, being a guy that can play both offense and defense. We know they love the versatility, so I don't think his spot is significantly or it is just running back 3. Like, I think they're going to have a spot penciled in for him just because of everything that he can do for this team on all 3 phases of ball. But so I think it comes down to Craig Reynolds and Zonovan Knight fighting for that spot. And honestly, I hate to say this because I do love Craig, but I think it's going to be Bam Knight, man. I think that guy is a stronger runner. I think he's more versatile in the different things that he can do. And Craig Reynolds, unfortunately, I think is going to be the odd man out.
Nicholas Kohloff, Detroit Mario.
I am the complete opposite with you, Spenny, on this one. I think Craig Reynolds has the upper hand on a guy like Zonovan Knight because this is his 4th year in Detroit now. I mean, he averaged 4.4 yards per attempt last year, and we know what one thing that Craig does extremely well, it's block. No rock. Craig Reynolds being a part of this offense for now the 3rd season, I think they trust him, and I believe that's why he has the upper hand over Zonovan Knight. How about you, Eazy?
I kind of was spinning on this one. I think Vaki's got a spot on the team. I think he's got a spot on the team for multiple reasons. I think he's you can use him as multifaceted, I guess the word I'm looking for, where I think he can play offensively on kick
versatility,
return, and he can play defensively on kick return as well too. I think he offers something in both the spots, having played safety and running back. Obviously, they have potential of him playing running back for us just alone, and then Zonovan Knight and Craig Reynolds. I mean, that's the real battle there between those running backs, in my opinion. Chris, anything on this one before you go to break and come back with some more Detroit Lions talk?
Yeah, just that I think you two are right. I think that there is a clear investment, and then on top of that, this guy has shown complete versatility in his versatility. Correct me. Thank you.
Yes.
But his versatility has been off the charts. You know, a guy that's running back and safety, like he's going to be a key cog of this team just because of that sheer versatility. So I think he's the guy. I wouldn't be surprised if they went Craig, just because, like Nick said, it is a comfort, and he has shown to be a good blocker, and we know how important that is in this Lions offense. But I gotta believe that this kid has got what it takes to take that job.
I agree. And you know who's got what it takes to give you a great haircut? That is Lady Jane's.
Great job.
Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax, and let what a Lady Jane's talented stylist make you look and feel great. Summertime, sundress season, just saying. Make sure you tap into Lady Jane's. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences. The online and big box retailers with one major difference. They're family, locally owned and operated for 30-plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
.com. What up, there? Welcome back.
Tell your dad, tell your mom.
Sports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spimo Rax, Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Detroit Mario. If you haven't already, be your friend, tell a friend, share the stream, but most importantly, shmeesh the like button.
Shout out Etienne in the Woodward Sports chat.
Shout out.
Showing us a lot of love. He said, hopefully Spenny reads that one. I'm trying to feel good about myself here. He's shown a lot of love for the show, Sam. We've grown a lot. He's really entertaining. Means a lot. Like, we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. Like, we're living the dream. We get to sit up here, talk shit about sports, shit we'd be doing with our friends in the garage anyways, but we get paid for it. So appreciate. We don't know shit. We just have a good time. So appreciate you all for supporting us. It means a lot.
Amen. Want to bring up another Detroit Lions topic. This one regarding the schedule, because I kind of missed that show. Well, I guess you and I haven't had to have that show.
Yeah.
About the schedule. And RG3 brought it up in his video that he posted yesterday. There's 14 indoor games. Indoor games,
only 3 games outdoors, and one of them is in San Francisco. The other one is obviously Chicago at the end of the season. That's a tough one. And then Packers in November.
What does that mean for LeBron and his legacy?
For LeBron's legacy, it means that Bronny is trash. Kyron Anthony is way better already. That's facts, by the way.
I agree.
Melo's son's a dog. But I don't know. I mean, for LeBron, I don't know what it means. For the Lions, it means they're set up to win the NFC. Like, obviously, we know this is a team that likes to play in the dome, that likes to play in warm weather. Honestly, it's not even the cold weather that really messes with Goff. It's the wind and rain and stuff like that that really makes those ducks a little quackier. But I'm confident. Like, we saw him go to Lambeau in the freezing cold and wind before, so that's where I'm basing that off of. It's not the cold that fucks with him, it's the wind and the rain and stuff like that. Bad weather rather than just cold. So obviously it's a good thing to have 15 games in great weather and or indoor situations. So that's awesome. That sets them up to have success. It plays to their strengths as an offense, and I think they can go out there and they can take care of business, wrap up that 1 seed in the NFC.
I'd have to find it because I know I did the numbers during the season last year. I don't remember what game it was beforehand. I think it was a Chicago game, but it's actually the cold. He doesn't perform well in the rain. He had like a 50-point game against the Giants albeit the Giants kind of sucked when he's with the Rams and whatnot, but he isn't the same in the cold. And the numbers would suggest that. I think Colin Cowherd actually brought this up on his show recently too. It's kind of crazy Detroit Lions are making as many topics and headlines in the national media as they are right now for good things, by the way, not for laughing stocks. By the way, Kyle, we don't forget you call Dan Campbell caveman and all the other good stuff too. Regardless of that, yeah, I think this is huge for the Detroit Lions just because if they're gonna find a path to the Super Bowl, I think it's very similar to how you saw it last year, and they actually had a path to the Super Bowl last year. The artist formerly known as Path, if you will, but yeah, it was indoor, meaning home, and then you played in sunny San Francisco. With only 3 games outdoors this year, I really feel like you have a chance to grab that number 1 seed and just be at home completely the way through. And in my opinion, that's your best odds to go to a Super Bowl. If any other game is just at Florida and Tampa Bay or San Francisco, I don't want to play in the cold. I don't want to play where the conditions may. Jared Goff's not the same. He's not.
At
the
Philly.
numbers suggest that. I believe it's like a 62% completion percentage or quarterback rating versus like a 72. It's just the numbers are just different. But particularly in the cold is where it's like the worst. I think they could go to the Super Bowl if they win these indoor games.
Yeah, the one that scares you, sorry about interrupting there, it's at Philly. Like something like at Philadelphia in the playoffs, freezing weather like that just wouldn't be ideal for the way our team's built. And our quarterback specifically, I think our team could handle the cold weather pretty well the way we run the ball. But a couple games on this list that I wanted to mention are a few of the indoor games, like at Dallas, at Houston, at Indy. I think in those games specifically, you got to go at least 2-1 if you want to continue to go for this number 1 seed. Like, you cannot fall apart in the domes where you do thrive. That's why I think the Detroit Lions will be just fine, and I think they will go 2-1 in those games specifically.
Yeah, and then as we mentioned, like those are games where even the Green Bay one, if I'm not mistaken, is early November.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That is not necessarily a killer, and obviously that doesn't mean you win every single indoor game, but your odds are definitely way higher. And that means, in my opinion, we just have our higher odds at having the number 1 overall seed, despite this even being a tougher schedule than it was last year. Detroit Lions going to obtain that number 1 seed, and I think that's huge. It's huge because we've never been there.
Yes,
we've never been in the Super Bowl. The first time in my lifetime we're in the NFC Conference Championship game.
Yeah,
and had an opportunity to win that one.
Win a fucking playoff game for the first time in our lives. Yeah, this is huge. This is you want everything in your favor. You want, obviously, home field advantage through the playoffs. You want that first round bye. You want teams to have to come to Detroit and play in that raucous environment where they're breaking decibel levels for infield stadiums. Like, there's a reason for home field advantage. There's a reason the Lions play so well at home, because they got the city backing them. They got the players backing them. They have everybody in the state coming here and supporting them, on top of having the comfy confines of Ford Field, which plays a big role in it. So these are all things that you want to happen. These are all things that are imperative if the Detroit Lions are going to make that Super Bowl run, which we all expect them to do.
Oh, Lord. Talk dirty to me. By the way, those wins, those playoff wins, what stadium did that happen in, Spinny?
Detroit. That was in Ford Field, I believe.
Yeah, they beat the Rams Ford Field. And then they beat the Buccaneers, too. Where was that one at?
That was in Ford Field.
We want home field advantage.
Yes, we do.
We just perform better at home. I don't think we collapse the way they did against San Fran if we're at home.
I 100% agree with that. You're not giving up 27 unanswered in Ford Field.
Like, maybe there's an argument. By the way, to Ford Field in itself, the environment, we've been speaking on it all year not all year last year, but majority of the year. At certain points this season, we expected to break the decibel record.
Yeah.
And I think we're pretty close in terms of like
100%.
indoor. The guys that beat us are like their stadiums are built to have to be louder. Arrowhead, Seattle. We were kind of built as a stadium, but we're still up there competing with the decibel levels. I think we have the 3rd highest in terms of indoor stadiums. But the Ford Field is an environment we want home field advantage, and that's what I look at. That's my takeaway from seeing just those 3 outdoor games. Because even that Bears situation, I'm not really pressed unless the Packers are on our ass. I don't really see the Bears being a threat to the division. That's the only one I guess you could be pressed on. But I expect to possibly walk away with the number 1 seed here. If not, I damn sure want the 2 seed, just in case that 1 seed gets knocked out.
I agree. I think you need to make it happen. I think you need to go out there and do everything in your ability to make it an easier road to the playoffs, to easier road to the Super Bowl, easier road to a championship. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with playing games at home. There's nothing wrong with having that first. Like, imagine at the end of the year, you got that first round bye. So guys like Jared Goff, guys like Frank Ragnow, guys like Taylor Decker just have that extra week where they can get healthy and make things happen and be ready to go.
I think the other piece, too, to consider is, like, obviously, you talked to Dr. Pierce today. I don't know if you guys talked about it at all, but
He talked about pickleball.
Colder weather. You ever hear your grandpa? Or
Let him cook.
Yeah, I never had a grandpa. I guess I can't really say that. You ever heard like your grandma or like just older people say like when it gets cold, when it rains, like
knees.
Yeah, my knees.
I'm feeling it. My knee.
I think it's gonna rain today.
Oh, Vietnam injuries acting up.
Yeah, a guy, Jesus, Frank Ragnow, Taylor Decker. These are guys that have been very, very not beyond serviceable for us. They've been good for us, but they're getting up there in age. They've battled through injuries. You also want those guys in warm weather conditions, if not indoors completely. So I that's like the takeaway for me.
I'm thinking of something completely original that I don't think anybody in this city has done. So I want to get it out there right now.
All right.
I'm going to call it the Spenny Path. And I think it's going to be our road to a Super Bowl. I don't think anybody has done that. I think I'm going to trademark that. But the Spenny Path, our road to winning a Super Bowl this year and getting home field advantage is a big part of that.
I like that. That kind of has a ring to it, if I'm being honest.
I know, right?
The Spinny Path.
The Spenny Path. It sounds pretty good.
I think we should make shirts.
We should, yeah.
I think we should make a whole campaign of this thing.
I think I shouldn't commit on whether it's this year or not. Like, maybe I'll just be like, well, if they eventually win the Super Bowl, then the path completed.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I like that part.
Yeah.
That way you're always in the win.
Yeah, I could be on the fence.
Like technically someone could say the Spinning Path means it's Super Bowl or bust. But no, it could just mean as long as they win a Super Bowl.
As long as eventually.
At some point. The path is complete.
The path is complete. Yeah.
And you can build momentum by recruiting people to join this path. And you can, you know.
This just came to me. I'm just a good idea machine. I don't know. I got it out of nowhere.
That's brilliant.
Love you, buddy.
To be honest with you, too, R.I.P.
R.I.P. for sure. Miss you. Love you.
Rip.
But grab somebody. They pay $200. They get a friend.
Yeah.
They pay $200.
And then you get $100 of that, $200. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like an upside down,
triangle.
Pyramids.
It's more like a funnel system. Funnel system sounds better than pyramid scheme. Yeah.
Bottom half of a diamond system.
Yeah.
If you were diagonally cut a square system.
Talking about a road on this journey that we just laid out there.
Shave the two corners off a square. That's this type of system.
Yeah, I don't believe Eazy was here when we got into it. When we broke down past I think week 7 that Eazy and I got on about. But the biggest game on the schedule is at San Fran. That's the one that obviously stands out.
Which one?
Eazy.
I apologize.
At San Francisco.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that game? Just off rip, obviously we're in May now, but how are you feeling we match up against San Fran in the rematch this season?
What a name. I gotta come back. San Fran being the biggest game for the Detroit Lions. I don't look at it as that, to be honest with you. I really don't. I think we have a bigger goal. I think obviously you want to get that lick back for damn sure.
One of the biggest games.
It's a great measuring stick. But for me, the biggest game, the big games, is not until the playoffs. That's just the way I'm thinking. Like if we went in the regular season and we were to take that game and take an L during that game, I'm not pressed over it because what matters to me is what happens in the playoffs. We've seen this team lose games last year and it didn't stop us from getting to the NFC Conference Championship game. Now obviously you want to see your team perform well against those teams, but I think we know what this team is, and it's a good team regardless. And eventually, at some point in the season, you're going to lose games. It's just the way the NFL is. And sometimes they may not even be the good teams. Like, I know we didn't make the playoffs in 22, but the game against the Panthers, we were still a good team heading into that game. Yeah. We got our asses whooped. Sometimes it just happens. So I don't want to take too much away. Although when this, obviously root for radio when it happens, I'll probably be up here screaming like a lunatic and making a big mess of it. But I don't want to look at any of those games like that. The big games to me come in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. And shout out to DJ Devo in the Woodward Sports chat. He said the Spenny Path is the victory path. Yeah, it's like I said, original thought from me and nobody else in this town, in this city. Spenny Path. I think I'm just gonna base my whole identity off that and never explain what it actually means. I love you, buddy.
Don't get bogged down in specifics.
Let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in 30 minutes, and all of that, include fitness training. You get all that for just $10 a month. No matter where you're at, there's a Planet Fitness close by. More than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, home of the Planet Fitness Studios. Let me tell you a little personal story about myself with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness helped me change my life, and it can do the same for you. The best gym in the gym game. The clean facilities, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights as well. And look, through all the price increases, inflation, all that, hasn't happened at Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, $10 per month, $24.99 a month for the Black Card as well. It's Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza is taking over Michigan. Locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit, doubling the number of restaurants this year. There's plenty of Soroki's on pit stops on the Spenny Path. Known for their quality hand-battered and hand-breaded chicken tenders, their delicious chicken sandwiches, and their New York-style pizza. Be sure to stop in and try to make a station near you, or go to Sorokis.com to figure out where you can get some of this great food.
All right. Welcome back to Whatever Ways Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spimo Rax.
Hello.
Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff. You guys follow my guy at Spimo Rax, a.k.a. the Spinny Path, on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. If you follow him on Instagram and or the heavyweight page, you probably saw this. All right. I asked Spinny to break down this Detroit Lions team.
Yes.
This is full of characters, full of badasses. You know what else is full of characters made of badasses? Anime.
Yes. This was fun.
I want to see this Lions roster broken down in anime.
I was happy to do this. I obviously didn't go through the whole roster. That would take way too long, but I took some of the heavy hitters. And we're going to start with the quarterback, Jared Goff.
Ooh.
The competition, or the comparison I have for Jared Goff is Captain Kobe from One Piece. Now, if you know anything about One Piece, if you know anything about Kobe, he is a guy who was betrayed from his original position. Okay. He was kind of left stranded by the people who he was originally aligned to. And then when he was founded in a new situation with a guy who instilled him with competence, he became a badass. He became this character who inspired an entire nation. He became this character who saved a lot of different people and became a hero of the Navy. Captain Colby went from zero to hero, and all of that was because someone inspired him, backed him, and gave him the confidence to do so. Captain Colby is my comparison for Jared Goff.
I like that.
Let's keep on that roll. And the guy who inspired Captain Colby and the guy who inspired Jared Goff, we have Dan the Man Campbell. My comparison for Dan Campbell is Monkey D. Garp. He is the grandfather.
That doesn't sound real.
He is the grandfather of Monkey D. Luffy. This is one of the strongest warriors, known as the hero of the Navy. Does everything and fights for success. He fights for the people. He fights for the right to party. He is the man. He is funny. He inspired Kobe. He lifted up nations and provides people with all of this just rite of passage. This just insane enthusiasm. Monkey D. Garp is my comparison for Dan Campbell.
Quick question. Isn't he a bad guy in the show?
No, he is a good guy. He is a part of SWORD. The Navy are bad guys.
Yeah.
But Garp and Kobe are a part of SWORD, which is a branch of the Navy that goes on their own rules, and they're actually fighting for the people. Like, they're actually good members of the Navy in the show. And Garp is the leader of that. He is known as the hero of the Navy because he saves people. He actually fought with Gold D. Roger against Raxter, Quebec in the Battle of God Valley to kind of save the world.
You're going too far.
All right. Next up. Throw out the next one, Chris. Right. I don't know who's in line. I just know those are the two that started it off. Jack Campbell, I have compared to Broly. Bro. Super Saiyan, the legendary Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z. Broly has so much untapped potential. His potential is to be one of the strongest Saiyans ever created, but he doesn't know how to control it. He doesn't know how to utilize it properly. Jack Campbell has all of this untapped potential from his physicality, his athleticism, but it is yet to be honed. Jack Campbell and Broly is my comparison because they're also both complete psychopaths who just go after shit, destroy shit and hit it hard. Jack Campbell and Broly is my comparison. Next up, Chris. Next up, we got Penne Sul and Thorkel from Vinland Saga. If you watch Vinland Saga, if you read Vinland Saga, Thorkel is the biggest badass in the entire series. He is the one guy nobody wants to fuck with. He will fight entire armies by himself. He is an unmovable, unstoppable force of nature. That is exactly what Penne Sul is. Penne Sul is the guy that revitalized this team. He's the ultimate badass on the team. He is the mover and shaker. I got Penne Sul with Thorkel from Vinland Saga. Next up, we got Jameer Gibbs and Kahlua Zoldyck from Hunter x Hunter. Kahlua is a man who is trained by the highest group of assassins in the world. The Zoldyck family are the best assassins in the world. Kahlua is the youngest prodigy of this family. On top of that, his powers convert it into lightning. Kahlua is the fastest character in the entire verse. He makes people look stupid. Jameer Gibbs, he's an assassin. He'll give you that gut punch, that 60-yard touchdown run after you're being worn down by Monty all game. He is fast. He is agile. Jameer Gibbs, Kahlua from Hunter x Hunter. Next up, we got Ben Johnson and Captain Kurotsuchi from Bleach. Kurotsuchi is the leader of the research and development branch of the Soul Society. He is the smartest character.
Say, quit yelling in the chat.
I don't give a shit, chat. He is the smartest character in the entire show. He is a man that revamps, rechanges, and redistributes his Zanpakuto powers every time he loses to make it better. Ben Johnson is the smartest man on this coaching staff. He reshapes the offense. He rechanges things when they aren't working. I got Ben Johnson with Captain Kurotsuchi. Next up.
I like that.
We got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Rock Lee. Rock Lee was doubted. Rock Lee was hated. You're not good as Sasuke. You're not as good as Gaara. You don't even have ninjutsu. You don't even have the athletic traits. You're only 6 foot tall. You don't have the 40 time. You can't
never had
do
the
any
makings
of this.
of a varsity
you never
player.
had the makings of a varsity player. Amon-Ra St. Brown always doubted his whole career. Rock Lee always doubted his whole career. Two guys that'll run up and they'll run the ones with you at any opportunity. He'll whoop your ass and then he'll go back in line and he'll do it again. Next up, we got Jamal Williams and Sasori. Sasori betrayed his village, betrayed the village hidden in the sand. Betrayed his teacher who inspired him, who made him Granny Chio's greatest pupil. Betrayed him. And on top of that, he fights with puppets. He really doesn't do too much for himself. He is a puppet at a certain extent and fights with puppets. Jamal Williams was made by the Detroit Lions. He only had success thanks to the Detroit Lions offensive line. That was shown when he went to New Orleans, when he turned his back on the village hidden in the den and went to the Akatsuki. He was shown that he needed those puppets, that offensive line, to succeed. You told me to throw that one in there, so I did a Jamal Williams.
I wanted it because he was an anime guy. So if he comes across this clip, which I think you need to grab that multicoder, put it on your channel, I was like, yes.
Thank you.
He needs to know. You know, he betrayed us. Talked a whole lot of stuff. Went on shows, talked about coming back here, and then
he lied to my face.
That said no. He did lie to your face.
Yeah.
Betrayed you twice.
Twice.
And you guess what?
I'm like Granny Chio.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like Granny Chio.
Yeah.
Who's Granny Chio?
She's Sasori's sensei.
All right, nerds in Woodward Sports Chat. Smitty, you may have to translate some of these for me or just read them off yourselves. Any correlation between yourself and these nerds? How about Adam Yunt? Kazakage?
Kazakage. Kazakage is basically the president of the Sand Village.
I can't believe, because the only one of these guys that I know that you talked about was Broly.
Broly.
Yeah. And isn't he like supposed to be the strongest?
But he's got untapped potential.
Has he been beat?
Yeah.
Or is he technically like comes back to life like Goku every time?
Well, that's what Saiyans do. Yeah. But Gogeta beat him.
Gogeta beat him?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Listen, Jack Campbell becomes Brody. Are you cool with making that his new nickname?
Broly?
Broly? I keep fucking it up.
Yeah. I like Meat Missile personally.
Crowley?
Crowley?
I wonder if I can see the numbers for how many people purchased this.
Hutch says All Might powerhouse vibes.
Oh yeah, dude, you didn't do Hutch.
Yeah, I didn't do Hutch. I didn't do Kirby. I thought it was going to
Did
take
you
longer
Gibbs?
than it was. I did Gibbs.
Who was Gibbs again? Can you throw it up?
Kahlua.
Kahlua?
Yeah, from Hunter x Hunter. He's an
Big
assassin.
JG.
He uses lightning powers. His final power is called Godspeed,
electrician.
where he's faster than everybody else.
He's an electrician.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
No JMO?
No JMO. No.
Do you have anything off the top of your head for these guys?
Hutch. I like the All Might comparison. Gohan was a good one. JMO, I would do Denji from Chainsaw Man just because. If you know, you know. Denji's the best protagonist because he's not trying to like save the world or anything like that. His whole goal is to just get some ass, and I feel like JMO is just trying to do his own thing and he does whatever he wants. So I'd put it, that would be off the top of my head a comparison for him.
John 291 says Aiden's Goku, definition of a hero.
Aiden's Goku, I wouldn't go that far. Please don't make anyone Mr. Popo, said Dabber. That's
Project Martin.
That's fair.
Where's Mr. Popo?
No, it's super racist.
Majin Buu.
Majin Buu is Project Martin. That would be a good one.
Why is it super racist? I thought Piccolo was a black guy.
No, Mr. Popo is like blackface personified. Like,
does he do?
Look up his character.
No, I know what he looks like.
Yeah,
but like, does he act like?
That's what it's like. Supposed to be a black guy. It's just
wow.
Yeah,
and you had us do a tribute to this guy after he passed away.
Not for Mr. Popo.
No, but the guy who made Mr. Popo.
Yeah. I mean, he also made black characters, but
Ooh.
Like just random. Oob was a black guy.
Oob.
He was Majin Buu after
Sounds like
all of his or Kid Buu after all of the evil was removed from
I was
him.
going to ask, is Majin Buu black?
Majin Buu is not evil. Majin Buu is good.
Hold on, because Oob looks like a human being.
Yeah.
So how did?
It was Kid Buu after all of like the evil was taken out of him.
Oh. And did he have any powers? Or is he still badass?
He's in like one episode. It's like the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, and then you never see him again.
I don't think he's black, dude. He's just tan. He's like Thai or something. What's this guy's name?
Oob.
No, who made Dragon Ball? The racist guy. Yeah.
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah. F
Hey,
you.
hey, relax,
Hey,
relax.
Hey.
Relax.
He's gone. He's racist.
Yeah, don't spit on his grave. He's not racist.
What do you mean?
He made other black characters like that are like in the background.
You know, actually, you know who was black?
I mean, there's Japanese, man. He's making like.
Well, no, because
How many black guys do you think he saw in Japan when he was growing up? Probably zero.
You know who I think actually was black that was super badass?
Piccolo.
Piccolo, but he's not super badass. The guy, he's like
Piccolo is definitely super badass.
Who's the guy? He's strong as shit. The cat, the black cat.
Oh, Beerus?
Yeah.
Beerus, yeah.
He's always eating food.
Yeah, Beerus is the man.
Beerus black?
Piccolo's definitely black.
Piccolo's for sure black.
Yeah, and he's a savage. He's a top 5 Z fighter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh, for sure. It's Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Gohan, Piccolo. Those are the top 5 Z fighters.
Wow, I didn't know Piccolo was lit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Beerus is stronger than all of them, correct? If I'm not mistaken? Technically?
Yes, as of right now, yes. But Goku and Vegeta will surpass him eventually. And Frieza.
Oh, this is still going on.
Yeah. Super's still going on.
Frieza's back alive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
How'd that happen?
Dragon Balls?
Who brought him back?
Well, they actually brought him back out of hell for the Tournament of Power. And if they won the Tournament of Power, he that was like his stipulation. Like, you got to win the Tournament of Power, and then we'll bring you back to life. And they did.
Who was Vegeta and Cell?
Vegeta and Cell. Vegeta, yeah. I put Eazy as Vegeta in the
I don't know how to
thumbnail.
Take that. I think Vegeta's pretty cool.
Because Vegeta was a villain at first, and then he eventually came to the right side, and that's why I put Goff as Goku, because Eazy hated Goff. And shout out Ryan Lentz for making that. I would say Vegeta is David Montgomery, because he was a villain at first. He was an enemy at first.
Good one.
And then he made the switch, and he became a guy. But he is second fiddle to Gibbs, and Vegeta is second fiddle to Goku.
All right.
No disrespect.
Cell,
it's got to be a villain. Cell is pure evil, nothing but evil. So it's not going to be anybody in the Alliance.
Or no.
DJ.
Do you have a rival that talks a lot of shit about Detroit?
Not really. I can't think of anybody.
Like DJ Moore did. Well, that was with a fan.
Patricia.
No, Equanimous is gone. I don't think we really have. No, we don't have a Cell.
Trunks got to be
Hopefully we don't.
Anzalone.
I used to play Dragon Ball Z games, like the fighting ones growing up, and
Video
they were
games was lit.
hype, bro. Those games were elite.
Oh yeah. Who's Yamcha? I need to know. Oh man, that's disrespectful. Yamcha. Who's the least important player on the roster?
Breaking news.
No, shout out Burn for the super
Oh
chat.
yeah, shout out Burn. Yamcha.
Why is that disrespectful?
Because Yamcha's the weakest.
Levi?
He's just like a human.
Levi, no.
Shots.
No, Yamcha's, I mean, compared to a regular human, Yamcha's extremely strong, but compared to anybody who's
I
actually
think the
worth
weakest
the
was
shit.
the Afro dude. Super
Afro?
buff Afro dude, white dude with the Afro.
Oh, Hercule?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said, compared to a regular human, Yamcha's strong, but compared to anybody else.
Will Harris?
All right, we're going for disrespecting anybody else.
Yeah, I don't want to disrespect anybody.
Go see Swiss, guys.
Chris is Yamcha, said Alex Merrill.
Best in the game. Go see Micah and Mark over at Swiss Insurance. Contact him directly. It's mark@swissins.com. Make sure those rates are climbing up on you. Make sure those deductibles aren't doing the same. That's mark@swissins.com. If you'd like, write down anime characters and compare Detroit Lions players to them, and then email it to mark@swissins.com. Courtesy of the Woodward Heavyweights. Make sure he knows he's getting his money's worth. We'll be right back.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Dispo Dispensary is your local campus plug for a reason. They got 6 locations more across the great state of Michigan. The best curated atmosphere for the best cannabis, the best bud tenders, and the best deals is Dispo Dispensary. Visit disposhops.com for Dispo Dash and get it delivered right to your door. If you guys can't make it there, it must be 21 up and older to participate. It's Dispo, your local campus plug.
Check it out.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Check it out.
I thought you can't say these things that this guy is doing.
I don't know.
I mean, can't we just? Yeah, that's wild. What a weird obsession that dude has.
Yeah. Get a life, loser.
Do yourselves a favor and block him as well.
Let him
Seriously
go.
though.
Yeah, no, for real. Imagine having that little amount of respect for yourself.
Seriously. I mean, this is what you're doing all day today? That's what you got planned?
Yeah.
Kind of wild. Adam Yount says, join us tomorrow when we discuss Stranger Things comps. Is there anything you love enough, Nick, to where you could do what Spinney just did?
Stranger Things is awesome.
I could do other Detroit players, like compare them to Tigers players or something like that. I feel like the rosters are that deep in a sense of baseball, because obviously I love Detroit sports so much, so
maybe
it's kind of what I could do.
You know what I can do. You know what I can do. I just did it on the Rap Cave. Did a whole segment crossing over athletes to artists. It was really fun.
Maybe we'll have you do that someday in the future.
And with a
Nas
bunch.
is like Jason Tatum, but shorter.
I had Nas like Kareem with playmaking.
All right. Moving on. I told you guys we were going to talk about the 2021 draft. It was inspired by the under 25 list by PFF. Spinney, would you like to participate in a 2021 NFL redraft?
Yeah, sure.
Nick, would you like to participate in a 2021 NFL redraft?
Let's go.
What about Chris?
You're screwed, Chris. Unless you'd like to.
We are rocking.
Nope.
So while we're doing this, I just so you guys keep
I'm
along.
busy.
I guess you kind of have to remember what position those teams were in that back then too.
2021. I gotta.
Yeah, go look up the 2021 draft.
Do we have a graphic for this, or
no?
did you not
We're kind
prepare?
of what? How do I prepare for? We're giving up names live. You're not equipped to do that, Chris. You ain't nice. Like
Man, why are you talking shit to my guy like that?
Who, me?
All right, who's going first?
Jack Labrador for number 1 overall.
Sure.
Jack Labrador.
Do you guys just do it 3 times?
Yeah, you
Labrador.
won. You won.
scissors?
Your number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, you
Jacksonville
won.
Jaguars on the clock. Who you got? Back in 2021, they took Trevor Lawrence with this pick.
Yeah, they did take Trevor Lawrence. So got him 1 playoff win. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be a fine quarterback in the NFL, but I just don't think he is going to be that elite gold jacket type guy like they thought he was going to be. And that's why I'm going with the tone setter himself. The gold jacket that the Lions have in his
Number
3rd
one
season.
man.
Yes, I am. Panay Sewell. I think he's the best offensive tackle in football. The best lineman in football. Chris, you're a prick for that one. And let's go. Panay Sewell, number 1. I would 100% do this. I think he is the biggest reason why this Detroit Lions team have turned it around the way that they did. Panay Sewell, number 1.
So if you were the Jacksonville Jaguars,
Trevor Lawrence,
they would have just grabbed a quarterback the next year.
Yeah.
All right, I am number 2 on the board. I am the New York Jets, and I am taking Trevor Lawrence as the New York Jets. Like, they need a quarterback. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence has been disappointing so far in his career, but he still was by far the best prospect in this draft. And they needed a quarterback. They're taking Trevor Lawrence, number 2.
Number 3 overall in the 2021 NFL draft belonged to the San Francisco 49ers, where they traded up. Or should I do the original pick that was from Houston?
Just do the 49ers.
The 49ers?
Yeah, they traded up.
This is a hard one here.
Would have been crazy if Trevor Lawrence fell to 3.
I don't know if he fits what they're doing defensively, but Micah Parsons? I think Micah Parsons, number 3 overall. The San Francisco 49ers?
Yeah.
As add to that defense. All right. Number 4 overall. Nick, back to you.
This is going to sound ridiculous. Honestly, it is. Does this sound all right, boys? I'm getting a weird thing.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. A little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Going with the other Detroit Lion here, fellas. When you think about wins above replacement, when you think about it, Jesus Christ. We all know Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that we took 2 of the top 5 players in this NFL draft. I'm taking him above Chase because we've seen Chase deal with some injuries. Give me Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Wow.
When you look at the war on... I'm doing it. Let's go. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I would rather start with those 2. Let's rock.
What'd you say, Chris?
What? Yeah, what did you say?
What'd you say about him?
I said he a fan.
I feel like it might...
That's a fan pick for sure.
We love it.
That's aggressive. There is two factors for this pick for me. I am in the number 5 spot with the Cincinnati Bengals. I am deciding between one of 2 guys. I think I'm just gonna take Jamar Chase. I think I'm gonna stay with that at number 5.
Wait,
take Jamar.
Who's the other guy?
Rashawn Slater.
Oh.
It was gonna be one of those 2 guys for me, but I'm gonna take Jamar Chase.
I don't currently have this up because I was making this. I'll just put it up right now. All right. Who am I? I am the Miami Dolphins.
Eduardo O'Neill said, "All right, Nick is unredeemable."
I'm the Miami Dolphins.
Congratulations, you just got Amon-Ra St.
I want to keep up. I want to keep my guy upright. Although they did take Jalen Waddle in this same draft class.
Yes, they did.
I'm gonna take Rashawn Slater to keep up my quarterback. Keep my quarterback up, standing.
You're taking Rashawn Slater. Fuck.
Taking Rashawn Slater. You need to keep him upright.
All right, Nick, you're the Lions.
Pick number 7. The Detroit Lions select.
Here. I'm kind of just.
I'm going to take James Houston.
Lee McNeil.
Fellas, I'm kind of going best player available on mine. That's the way I'm going about this. So I'm not really worried about positional value. I feel like that's kind of.
You taking Kyle Pitts?
No.
He's the best player available.
No way.
No way.
I think the best player available is between 2 guys, and they're both on the outside, but they play different positions. I'm going Jalen Waddle for his game-breaking speed.
Wow.
Over the defensive guy that I feel like is going to go pretty soon here.
All right, I am number 8. I am the Carolina Panthers. I am going to take Patrick Surtain. It's Patrick Surtain.
That's the one.
I'm taking PS2 at 8 over JC Horn.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. My draft continues to be not as fun as your guys's. Denver Broncos. I think I'm gonna go stay boring here and grab. Although I think he's a little bit overrated, but he's still really good. Christian Darrisaw. The Denver Broncos. Pick number 9.
That's a good pick.
I said there's more value in these offensive tackles. That's why I'm taking them. Number 10 is you again, Nick, with the Dallas Cowboys.
With the Dallas Cowboys. God. All right. Well, we know they love weapons on the outside. I'm sticking with the fun ones. I'm going Nico Collins. I think that he's made himself a top wide receiver in the NFL. We saw him
over Devontae
transform
Smith?
His game last season into a Pro Bowl type wide receiver. I'm going Nico Collins over Devontae Smith. Or I'm assuming you're going Devontae here.
With the Chargers pick, no, I'm taking Kyle Pitts for the Chargers.
Over Devontae Smith?
Over Devontae Smith. Over Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
I took Waddle.
He already took Waddle.
I took Waddle.
Yeah. Oh, you took Waddle already?
Yeah.
Where'd Waddle go?
He went to
the Lions.
The Lions.
Oh.
Over Pat Surtain.
Okay. So I'm number 11, New York Giants.
Yeah, you're number 14.
We're at 14 already? Are we really?
Oh, wait, no. You skipped the Bears. You're the Bears.
Yeah, I'm going best player available. I'm still going Nico Collins.
So you're going Nico Collins to the Bears.
Yep.
I'm the Cowboys at 12.
Okay.
Cowboys at 12. I will take.
I got the Eagles at 12 on mine.
Well, after all the trades.
Oh, original select. Okay, I got you.
The Cowboys at 12. I'm taking Christian Darrisaw.
I already took him.
Did you really?
Yep.
Fuck.
You're cooked.
All right, I'll take Devontae Smith then.
Devontae Smith,
Yeah.
off the board. You know who's not off the board?
Kyle Pitts.
I thought you took him.
No, I just took. We had to
Oh, yeah.
double back.
All right, this is not going as planned. Minnesota Vikings. It's like Kyle Pitts. Then another trade for, obviously, they traded for T.J. Hawkinson, so they probably still want a little bit of not a wide receiver, but a pass catching tight end. That is exactly what Kyle Pitts is.
Yeah.
Do you think he goes first? Yeah, he goes first round. Does he go that high? I should have actually gone.
You took Kyle Pitts?
You already took Nico Collins and Waddle was off the board. Did anybody take Devontae Smith?
Yes, I just did.
Wow.
All right, you're up, Nick. You are the Jets.
This is a
Oh,
disaster.
this is a disaster.
The New York Jets select Kwity Paye out of the University of Michigan, defensive lineman, 18.5 career sacks. I think this would be a good addition to their defense.
The New England Patriots. Patriots.
Nice.
We select Creed Humphrey, center out of Oklahoma.
What's the next pick?
You are the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals.
Nice.
Greg Rousseau. How did he fall this far?
Wow.
I was going with him or Kwity, but I took Kwity.
Greg, because you're a Michigan guy?
All right. You are the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Las
VEGAS.
Vegas Raiders. RAIDERS. Let's go. I'm debating between two here, but I'm going to go with, they usually never make the smart pick, but I'd go the smart pick here. Landon Dickerson, offensive lineman, Philly.
That's a good pick. That's what I was going to pick. All right. I am the Miami Dolphins.
COL.
Who did they take? Do you remember
There's
who
still
they
some dogs in the board? I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, do you remember who the Dolphins took in with their first pick?
The first pick?
Yeah.
No clue.
All right. Well, I don't care. I am going to
I took
take
Rashawn Slater.
Oh, with the Dolphins, I am going to take Talanoa Hufanga.
Damn. That's what I was gonna take.
All pro safety.
Spell it.
HUA.
It's actually not that one hard. It's not that hard.
ANGA.
What a fucking idiot. I'm not. I have no clue. I didn't listen.
I am taking Hufanga. You are the Washington football team.
The Washington football team selects Jalen Phillips, edge rusher, out of whatchamacallit State.
All right, Nick, you are the New York Football Giants again. Damn, they had a lot of picks.
I am going to go with, God, I'm between two here. Let's go.
What? I did not know these people were in this draft class.
What team did you say I was?
You are the Giants.
You mean Najee Harris, late round, first rounder.
Najee Harris. Disgusting. All right, who am I?
You're Spencer Raxter?
I am Spencer Raxter. I am the Indianapolis Colts, correct? Yes, I am the Colts. I am going to draft.
Why don't we get to it after this break?
No, I'm doing it now. I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to draft.
Shut up, Chris.
Yeah. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I am going to draft Travis Etienne. That will be my pick.
That was a
God,
great
that's
pick.
brutal.
All right.
Who am I?
Yeah, well, this will be the last.
You're easy.
I'll do the last one. All right. Asante Samuel Jr.
Okay. I don't even know who you were, but good pick. All right. Tell us about the morning show, Nick.
If you are waking up every single morning and not putting on Woodward Sports, you are doing it wrong. Wake up with Woodward every morning and join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG every morning as they cover all of Detroit sports, sports talk, banter, and live fan interaction, all on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, home of the Planet Fitness Studios. Let me tell you a little personal story about myself with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness helped me change my life, and it can do the same for you. The best gym in the gym game. The clean facilities, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights as well. And look, through all the price increases, inflation, all that, hasn't happened at Planet Fitness. Still $1 down, $10 per month, $24.99 a month for the Black Card as well. It's Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Wait, one sweeper, sorry.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda. A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com. Together, let's ride.
It's right. If anything, I'm glad that we've kept making this guy make brand new accounts every single time. Maybe his name's Dion, maybe it's not, but welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Small Rax, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream, press the like button. Chris, we disrespected you the previous segment, and I apologize for it. But now the floor is yours to redeem yourself. I don't remember what we did. I just know we
just didn't let him participate.
Oh, I don't think he would have. Could you have kept up?
I could have done decent. Some teams, yes. Some teams, no.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I'm already getting enough shit. You're good.
That's very true, Nick. You,
well, that's easy. Nick just drafted nothing but Lions and Michigan players.
Yeah, shout out DNC. I did not realize that, but they are all good players. They are all dogs.
That's true. Nico Collins, Quiddy Pay, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and
And then Waddle was to the Lions.
He a fan.
All right. Well,
Freaky ass Nick, he is 69 God.
Whoa, Nick's close.
His name's Nick.
I know.
What do you mean?
Freaky ass Nick. He's a 69 guy.
All right, fellas, come on.
All right, moving on.
All right.
Floor is yours, Chris.
All right, so I'm going to break down a prospect real quick because I don't think there's much to break down, so I'm glad we're doing this quickly.
Prospect for the Detroit Pistons.
This is like Chris Braswell.
Bringing this back. Now, I'm team trade the pick.
Yes.
So we're gonna have fun. I want us to talk about, you know, GMs and all that later dates. But for now, if we want to highlight a prospect, this is one that James Edwards of The Athletic had the Pistons taking at number 5 overall. You guys should all know him. The big out of Connecticut, Donovan Clingan. He's 13-7, assists and a half per game, 2.5 blocks.
Baby.
This is a guy that I don't see a lot of promise with him. I don't see a lot of potential with him, and I'm not taking this pick if I don't know for sure that this is somebody that I really like, that has high upside. The point is that this guy can contribute right away at the NBA level, that he can protect the rim and maybe even do it better than Duren, which has been a disappointment. But to me, I don't think he can. I think one of the hardest things for a young big to do in the NBA, or a young player to do in the NBA, is to anchor a defense. So I don't think he has the foot speed to switch out on the perimeter. I don't think he has what it takes to protect the rim right now. I think a lot of those rejections and a lot of those contests at the rims will turn into dunks when you have Ja Morant, Giannis, all of these next level athletes going against you. So I don't see the immediate impact for him. Plus, the shooting is always a stretch to me when you can't even shoot 58% or you can't even shoot 60% from the free throw line. So I'm not trusting on you to develop a three-point shot at all. I look at this guy and I see his ceiling, if everything goes right, is Zubats. And I like Zubats, but I don't think he can even reach that. I think that's a perfect ceiling for him. I think that's if everything goes right. So that's a guy I don't want. I'd rather trade this pick. I don't see it with this guy. I think he's got nice hands. I don't think he has much of an array of post moves. Not that, that's used too well today, but I think he could be pretty decent with Cade in the pick and roll immediately just because of his nice hands. But again, I think the athleticism is different. I don't see this guy as a long-term prospect, especially one that's going to be contributing. I think his best role in the NBA is a backup center.
Yeah, I'm no, thank you. I don't want this pick. I don't want this kid. I don't want this pick at all. Trade it. Get it the fuck out of here. Give me Brandon Ingram.
Yeah. And another thing too is, if you're doing this, which I think there's a reason James Edwards is mocking him.
Is trading Duren.
Is trading Duren.
Yeah.
And I do think that's a conversation we've had before about Ivy, Duren, Asar. Like, what are the pieces you're willing to move? What are the young pieces you're willing to break off here? And I think that he's not writing that if he doesn't have some type of inkling that Duren is available. Now, I don't think they would move him, but I think they could if the price is right. And I don't see them moving him for a guy and drafting a guy like this. I think if they're moving Duren, they're getting somebody else in return.
The price is wrong, bitch. Yeah. No, I don't think they draft this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Please trade the pick.
Yeah.
Please. It would have to be draft night. They trade this pick?
Yeah, technically, yes.
Would
they would
be
have
like-
to trade
like,
it draft night. But I mean, you know that backhand negotiations are talking right now. I don't think they could technically, they can agree in principle, but they can't trade it until draft night. And I think they will. I think there's a very good chance that this pick gets traded. Look, the more interesting conversation to me is, what are they going to do in that front office? Because right now, like, you're not making any type of move. You're not drafting a prospect. You're not trading that pick. You're not doing nothing until you get a GM in there that's going to evaluate this whole front office, decide who to keep, who to get rid of. Supposedly that's the role. My one question to you guys right before we go to break. This is a quick one. Tim Connolly built back-to-back contenders.
26 guys, real quick.
Do you want to wait for him, which would be when Minnesota's season ends, so could be potentially the NBA championship a week before the draft, 2 weeks before the draft, and risk losing other candidates, or do you go with the guy now?
If you can guarantee me him, I would take him.
That's the thing, I don't think you can guarantee, because
sell me on this guy's resume real quick.
he built Denver, and then he left Denver and he built Minnesota.
But like, when did he build Minnesota? Like when did he leave
back
Denver?
to back? Like
back to back. Maybe a year. What do you mean back to back?
What do you mean like?
When did he leave Denver?
He left. Okay, so he left Denver.
I don't know. Like
when did he build Minnesota?
I think he left. But I'm just saying like there was no drop off. Like
who drafted Ant Edwards? Did he draft Ant Edwards?
That was I don't give anybody credit.
Yeah, I think
I felt like LaMelo was pretty high.
I mean, that draft was a little bit of no one really knew who was going to be number one in that one. Yeah. LaMelo was in the conversation. That's more compelling than the Cage versus fucking.
That's Jalen Green.
Yeah,
that's pretty close.
Ant wasn't too efficient coming out of Georgia as well.
It was a big LaMelo versus Ant.
Back to back.
No, but I mean, come on. Like, what's the GM in history? I get what you're saying, Eazy. I'll nail down the specifics because I'm bogging up in my head which year he left, and transferred. But it was when Denver was. It was after the Aaron Gordon trade, so it was Denver was finalized, which I think Ant would have been drafted at that point. But the Rudy Gobert trade didn't happen. Jaden McDaniels draft didn't happen. So those kind of key pieces.
So he was in Denver in 2013, and then he joined the Timberwolves in 2020 or 22. Yeah. So he added Gobert,
Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, how they acquired Jaden McDaniels?
Draft.
I thought Lakers drafted him.
No, that was
a trade. It just shows that the Timberwolves. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Chris, my question to you: Arn Tellem still being in this front office along with Troy Weaver?
Yeah, it's trash.
Like, can we just sign a petition? How the hell do we get him out? Like, I don't think anything is changing in this franchise when you have these two guys.
Right.
For real, nothing's changing with these guys in the goddamn front office. Like, this is a joke that they are still employed.
He did not draft Jaden McDaniels.
I agree, Nick. And that was it for your real quick segment. That was it for your real quick question. Let me tell you about merch. Are you tired of the same old Detroit sports merch? Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today and get yourself some brand new merch. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. Head over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today and get yourself some brand new merch.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Drive into summer and drive into savings during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest Memorial Day sale ever. We're stocked with new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, all priced to move. Like this 2024 Silverado for only $217 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $199 a month. Find your freedom in a Feldman at the Memorial Day sale going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Glorious has a new iced water bubble hash pre-roll now with diamonds, constantly pushing to create the best cannabis experience. That perfect boost comes from the added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing flowers with only the highest terps to make the best even better. Glorious Cannabis, check them out at your local retailer or visit gloriouscana.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Smo Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream.
What?
Little breaking news here, fellas.
I
don't know if the Tigers can hit it out, but Max Clark certainly can. A 2-run bomb in
Oh, you mean the guy you talk shit about?
Yeah, for his second home run of the season, that guy, yeah, he just hit a home run. Let's go.
Nick hates Max Clark.
I want him to succeed more than I want anybody in this organization to be successful. I want Max Clark to be.
It's not true.
It is true.
Nick's favorite baseball players are Wyatt Langford and Matt Chapman.
I keep up with Lakeland baseball every single day. to see how these fellas are doing. So I'm in touch with it. Max Clark, shout out. We want him to be an absolute superstar if this Tigers as an organization has a chance.
I think I want to give Broder the credit for this, but I have herpes. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously.
Not surprised. Easy's got the herpes.
Hey, I'm not judging.
Bro wanted to credit Broder for that. Wait, what?
No, I want to give him credit for
That's
this
a
one.
good point.
Because he posed the question. He asked, would you trade Tariq Skubal for some baits? Considering the fact that it seems like Chris doesn't want to spend money, you have to pay him eventually.
Yes.
You have no offense now, but you still have a little bit of a bullpen.
Yes.
Would you trade? Yeah?
Yes.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm trading him. I mean,
wow.
Team's not good. Not going to be good until you got to pay him, and they're not going to pay him. If you're telling me right now you'll pay him fucking $40 million a year, cool. But they're not going to. So I'd rather trade him now than lose him for nothing.
Nick?
No. Hard pass.
Hard pass, absolutely not. This is a guy that can literally get you through a World Series. He is a guy that'll win a playoff game in the Bronx, in Houston. You think about the best teams, he will literally be the reason why you beat them. I think when you think about this organization, you move off like top 10 prospect and a guy like Job. If you want bats, that's the guy you trade for it. You do not trade the best person on your team. I get the whole contract thing, and we haven't seen Scott or Chris do it yet and open the bag. But Tariq Skubal is the reason why you would win those big games. I absolutely do not think you can trade him for bats. You trade a guy like Job and another package with it. Stay away from trading Skubal for this team.
I don't know where I fall with this one.
Plus, we've seen Joe be injured in the past, and he is a top 10 prospect in baseball right now that has never proved it at that high level. People flame out all the time.
Response, Spinny?
You trade Job before you trade Skubal?
100%. I think Skubal could get you a little bit more right now, which we obviously need hitters, but don't make another mistake because you already made one.
So you're just cool with losing Skubal for nothing?
No, I'm re-signing him for whatever it is.
You're not going to, though.
Says fucking who?
Chris Illich.
He's never said that once.
He's never re-signed anybody either.
Who have we lost that mattered?
Everybody on our team when we have a team full of all-stars.
We traded for them for nobodies. That's what we did wrong.
Yeah, and he didn't because he didn't re-sign any of them. He didn't want to pay any of them any money.
And those nobody prospects that we traded JV for.
You think Illich is going to pay Skubal $40 million a year?
Yes, because the city would riot if he didn't. In a non-salary cap type league, it would be an absolute joke. I mean, we saw, obviously, his dad make 2 crazy contracts. We ended up losing Scherzer, but when he re-signed JV and Miguel. But we should learn from the Justin Verlander situation. When we traded him, we didn't hold out for Kyle Tucker. We got a lot of, B+ maybe prospects, but we needed that A guy. We see what Kyle Tucker is right now to Houston. That's why they got effed up, and I could see a similar scenario if you go after like prospects that might get there, but Jake Rogers obviously didn't. A guy like Daz Cameron obviously didn't. Like, that would be just, I could not go through that again as a fan. That's why I want to keep Skubal must-see TV every time he's on the mound, and I think this team honestly plays more confident every time he's on the mound, and that's why he hasn't lost yet starting.
Jesus in the Woodward Sports chat. The city has already been blasting him. He's proven he doesn't care. Nothing we say is going to change the mind of Chris Illich, and I have no confidence that he's going to pay anybody any kind of money.
Do you think once the Amazon deal comes in?
No.
Can we wait that?
No.
What about Red Wings? I mean, Red Wings have paid what they're going to have to
Red
pay.
Wings are different.
Why? Because it's salary cap?
It's way less money.
That's fair. Way
True
less
that, yeah.
money. Way less.
Yeah, I don't know if I should be confident in him giving the bag out. Like, I mean, it's obviously putting faith in something that has never happened, but I just think Skubal is that good where he can get you that World Series championship if we can somehow figure out the bats, and that's why I would trade Joe to try to get him.
Teams like this do it all the time, though. How often do you see teams like in the Tiger situation have an ace pitcher that gets traded at the deadline? All the fucking time.
I just think this organization's better than that.
They're not. They haven't been in the past 10 years.
Yeah,
they're
I'm
not
saying-
better than that.
I think
You
of
got to
it
get
the
that
whole
out of your head right now. The Tigers as an organization are not better than that. They're a bottom feeder organization in the MLB, and they have been for the past 10 years.
This is 2024, and he's not due his contract till 2027. You don't think that they can figure something out in those 3 years,
I
like
don't
with
think
Scott
so, no.
Boras, which they've done contracts with in
I
the
have no
past?
confidence that this team will be better because they haven't spent any money, and none of the bats they've had have developed. This is not a team that I have any faith in being better than what they are right now until they actually pay money. And they haven't proven to do that at all.
I would 100% trade Job, try to get bats. That's how I would try to solve this problem.
Well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you all tapping into the heavyweights. Make sure you smash that like button.
Me.
For Eazy, for Nick, for Chris, I'm Spencer. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.